If you are in the custom apparel game and you are not using gang sheets already, what's wrong with you? Are you scared, intimidated, you just don't know how to do it? Or did you just see the title and the word gang, DTF, and get excited? Yeah, don't think I don't see those comments. But seriously guys, gang sheets are one of my favorite hacks for saving my customers money, time, and getting them the most out of every print, especially if you're doing DTF transfers. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I use them, how they work, and how I use them to save my customers money. So whether you're just starting out or you're trying to level up, this video is for you. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mick. I am the owner and head of production here at amstransfers.com. We are a DTF and screen print shop here in Houston, Texas, and we've got you covered on all things apparel, printing, and even starting your own DTF business. But anyway, let's get into the main topic of today's video, and that is gang sheets. Starting out, let's talk a little bit about what a gang sheet is. In the context of DTF printing, a gang sheet is the single sheet of material, typically a transfer film, that contains multiple images or designs laid out in a strategic and space-efficient manner. These designs can be completely different or all identical. They can vary in size, depending on exactly what your project demands. They don't all have to be the same. They don't have to be the same color. They don't all have to look exactly the same. And I'm actually gonna put some up on the screen of ones that we've seen come through our shops that have a bunch of different designs on them, or some that look identical, but there doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason as a certain way you bundle them. Bottom line guys, gang sheets are your secret weapon for printing efficiently, affordably, and producing consistent quality results. So let's get into a little bit about the benefits of using gang sheets. The primary benefit is maximizing material usage and thereby reducing costs and saving you money. When you arrange multiple designs or you have repeated copies on a single sheet, you're able to make the full use of every square inch of that transfer film. This significantly reduces leftover scraps and saves you money, especially when you're paying for the square inch. And cost savings go beyond materials. Gang sheets minimize overall costs by cutting down on ink usage, transfer sheets, and labor. With fewer setup costs required and more prints produced per run, your cost as a customer becomes much less. I mean, think about it. Most print shops, including ours, print by the sized gang sheet. So for example, ours is a 22 by 60. That means you basically have a full canvas of 22 inches by 60, and you can add as many designs as you want without the cost ever changing. If you want 50 pocket logos, put them on there, same size. If you want 2 huge front prints, same size. On the flip side, if you're a vendor like us, this is gonna help you with the production efficiency. Rather than printing each design one at a time, gang sheets are gonna allow you to run multiple designs throughout the process at once. This not only speeds up production, but it also reduces the need to frequently stop and rest your equipment. We all know what it's like to run a DTF printer, and no one wants to have any downtime. Setup time is reduced significantly because you're printing and cutting a single sheet rather than having to sit there, wait for it, restart the printer, separating files. It just ends up being a much more efficient way of running your shop. Gang sheets also enhance quality control. With everything aligned on a single file, it's easier to ensure consistency across all designs. Whether that's size, orientation, color, that consistency cuts down on errors and the need for reprints. Another plus, you often get the chance to add extra prints at no added cost. That means if there's space left over on your sheet, you can throw in backup prints, test prints, and even if you have other orders you need to fulfill. For example, say you have a customer named Beth, and Beth needs 3 t-shirts of 11 by 11 transfer sizes, and you put that into a 22 by 60 gang sheet, you're gonna have over half of that gang sheet left. But then you got Tiffany over here who only needs 6 pocket logos, so you can throw that on the same gang sheet that you threw on Beth's, and then over there you got Brian who needs 1 big back print, and you've fulfilled 3 orders only using 1 gang sheet. Lastly, gang sheets help streamline the DTF transfer process. With our gang sheet builder, rather than uploading a dozen individual designs, you simply upload, count how many you need, input that number, and then bam, your gang sheet is made. That simplification alone saves time, minimizes any confusion, and improves the production flow all around. In short, gang sheets make it possible to save your money, boost efficiency, reduce waste, and still maintain that high quality result, all from just one smart layout strategy. Now let's get into a little bit about the tools and softwares used to create these gang sheets. You've got several great options depending on your comfort level, and I'm gonna cover all of them. Let's start with the user-friendly platforms. I think we all have heard of Canva. Canva is an excellent choice for users with limited design experience. Create a custom-sized canvas matching the width of the size of gang sheet. So like I was saying, a 22 by 60. You're gonna upload your PNG designs. You're gonna drag and drop. You can use Canva's intuitive drag and drop interface along with their alignment lines and duplication features, and this is going to simplify the arrangement process. Keep in mind that Canva Pro is necessary if you're exporting transparent PNG files. You also want to make sure that you're always downloading your image to ensure the highest quality and verify that your individual designs are at least 300 DPI before uploading them. Now let's get into a little bit more of the advanced options you have. Now let's get into a little bit of the more advanced options. If you're experienced with design tools, these programs are going to offer powerful features for precise gang sheet creation, beginning by setting your canvas size to match your desired width, again a 22 by 60, and uploading your image, and again making sure that that image resolution is set at 300 DPI. It's going to give you the best quality. You can use the tools to copy and paste the image and then done. Once your layout is complete, you want to export your file as a transparent PNG and ensuring that you meet the required pixel dimensions for that. Now let's get to one of the most common, and that is just that many DTF printer providers like amstransfers.com offer specialized online tools designed specifically for creating gang sheets. Providers like ours are on their website. They're user-friendly where you can upload your designs, drag and drop them onto your sheet, and receive real-time feedback on resolution and any layout errors that occur. These integrated tools streamline the entire ordering process by eliminating the need to export, upload separate files, making them a convenient choice if you are working directly with a specific print provider such as amstransfers.com. But we at amstransfers.com took it a step further. If all of this still just sounds too difficult for you, I think we might have what you're looking for. We have built a solution that does all of this for you, and all you have to do is upload the designs from your phone or your computer, click how many you need. So say you need 6 or 7 of one design and you need 3 of another design. You just add it all on there, you put the ones you need, hit generate, and bam, your gang sheet is complete. It's going to be built in a matter of seconds. And if you need to take things a step further by removing the background, we also have that covered on there. You can just have one little click. It removes any background on your design using AMS's AI background remover, plus trim any excess space around the design, ensuring that you can have the most optimal gang sheet and the designs are as close to each other as they are without having to be too close. But if you guys are looking to give this gang sheet builder a try, please feel free to follow the link on the screen. Let us know your thoughts. Guys, we're still testing this out, so please go easy on us. But regardless of the software or platform you choose to create your gang sheet, the key principles remain the same. Always maintain a high resolution of 300 DPI, use a transparent PNG file, adhere to the proper gang sheet sizing specifications, and ensure that you have adequate spacing between each design. The right tools will depend on your specific needs and capabilities, but your ultimate goal is a perfectly optimized print-ready gang sheet that saves you time, money, and headaches. Now let's get into some little tips and tricks we've learned along the way in our 5 years of printing. These are going to help you create the most top quality of gang sheets. These recommendations span from every stage of the process, from the design phase all the way through to final preparation for printing. First tip is you're going to maximize the space but still leave a buffer. So you're going to fill the sheet as efficiently as possible to make the most of the material, but you do want to leave a little bit of space between each designs. We recommend typically about 0.25 inches. This allows for clean, safe cutting and prevents accidental overlap or damage during transfer. Along those same lines, you do want to leave a small margin around the edges. 0.25 is a great place to start. That is also going to help in any design cutoff or printing or trimming. One thing I have stressed very highly on, so we're going to talk about it again, that is right, you want to ensure that all artwork is created or exported at 300 DPI. Remember that upscaling a low resolution image will not improve its quality, guys. Always start with high quality files or vector graphics to guarantee that you have clear, sharp prints. You also want to make sure you are utilizing transparent PNG files. Both individual files and the gang sheet file needs to be saved in PNG format with a transparent background. This is going to prevent any unwanted backgrounds, any white backgrounds, anything like that during the process of printing or transferring. You want to be sure that each design is scaled appropriately for its intended use. So that means if you have a chest print, you want to make sure that that's sized correctly. Back print's going to be obviously sized differently, as well as a front print. We typically will have a sizing guide, but if not, you can always reach out, ask our opinion. I have many people call and just ask, I need a front logo on my size medium shirt. And we tell them our recommendations for that. So you do want to make sure that each design is sized properly for its intended use. Kind of on the same track of using up all the space, you want to rotate and flip designs to use the available space effectively. A smart layout can significantly increase the number of usable prints put on a single sheet. Okay, this one's a little weird, but you do want to lay out your sheet with the cutting in mind. So if you're grouping up a bunch of designs that you're gonna have to cut out, you wanna make sure that you have enough space in between each designs to make sure that you can get the scissors through, or that you're not stressing about cutting some kind of design off. Guys, I can't tell you how many times we've had a customer call and say, I cut off the letter E on my design because it was too close to the other one. So just make sure that you are giving yourself a little bit of grace when it comes to cutting. You don't want to be under the gun stressing about getting those designs or those t-shirts out and then mistakes happen. You also want to tightly crop around each design. That means removing any excess white space before adding your artwork to the gang sheet. This is going to make sure that the sizing is the most accurate and maximizes how many designs can fit onto one sheet. Again, I can't tell you how many times that we've had a customer call us and say, I ordered this or I sized this as 11 by 11, but it's only an 8.5 by 9. And that just comes from the extra space on the sides of the design that were cropped out when the gang sheet was made. So like I said, if you're using one of the softwares above or you're using a gang sheet printer, just make sure that you are utilizing the duplication tools. Super easy, guys. It's really just a copy and paste, but it does save you time and it saves you headaches. If you guys do want to see like more of a detailed walkthrough on how you can do Canva or all of that, please leave in the comments below and I'd love to make more detailed, more in-depth videos on that. So we went over the tips of creating gang sheets. Let's get into the common mistakes that we see and that you can avoid when creating them. So you want to make sure first, this is just common, you want to have enough time to plan out your designs, get everything ready. It's going to help you in the long run. The first mistake I see is, like I said, overcrowding the gang sheet. Trying to cram too many designs onto a single sheet can lead to significant issues, guys. Overlapping elements or placing designs too closely together can cause printing errors, smudging, unwanted blending of edges. And on top of that, cutting around those crowded designs after printing becomes much more difficult and risks the damaging of the prints. When you're using one of our gang sheet builders, like the one that I was telling you guys a little bit about earlier, you can easily adjust this on the fly to whatever you need and it will auto-generate your gang sheet. Again, I'm gonna leave a link and the QR code on the screen. Try it out, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Again, be easy on us. We're still in the testing phase. The second mistake that I see is typically using the wrong file type is really one of the most common ones. You typically want to avoid using a JPEG file because they come with that white background. If you want to remove it, you can, but again, it's just easier to use a PNG because if you do have a white background or you have lettering in your design, you're gonna have to double check all the O's, A's, P's. I mean, like, you get the idea, all those little circles to make sure that there's no white so that you don't have that background on there. Instead, just make sure you guys try to use PNG's files. You'll get crisp, clean transfers. On the same talk of artwork, again, I'm going to keep saying this. Make sure your images are at a minimum of 300 DPI. Exporting a low resolution image at 300 won't improve its quality. You just have to start with the actual file that you're putting up as 300 DPI. And lastly, just take your time when it comes to planning and creating gang sheets. Reach out if you're unsure about sizing or you're not sure if the file is gonna work. Rushing into this process without a clear plan can result in wasted space or your inefficient design placement or poor transfers, and just it'll cost you more because you'll have to either reorder or you'll have to replace for shipping. It's just take your time. We're here to help. In conclusion, guys, overall, gang sheets aren't just a helpful tool, they're really an essential if you're wanting to buy transfers. By creating effective gang sheets, you save money, time, you give yourself flexibility. So really you guys should just give them a try, see how they work. I've given you a ton of options. I've given you our options. You can personally reach out to us. We've got you here. But I truly think that they will be indispensable for your workflow, for your business, or even just if you want to order transfers. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, drop any comments, suggestions in the comments below. If you guys aren't new here, we do vlog Monday through Friday, so you can check out those on our channel. It's just like our day-to-day operations. Again, I will leave the link or the QR code below to try out Gangzee. I don't think I said the name, but that is the new gang sheet builder that we are working. Let us know in the comments, guys. Even if you want to send us an email, we're gonna read it. We're gonna connect with you, see your thoughts. But I will see you guys on Monday for a daily vlog.